reason why they can be in a position or take a posture that they're not going to answer a question is because they know and understand people are not civically engaged. And they know that they're basically relying on the same X number of voters every year, that those people are going to turn around and vote for them every election.
Right. And we'll get into some, not specific numbers, but a simple analysis. When you look at Cleveland City Council, and let me preface this, many, many years ago, I was asked a question, do you believe in term limits? And my answer was term limits are decided at the ballot box when you and I go vote every 4 years. The city councilman serves a 4-year term. I think you've reached the point now, and I'll say specifically in the city of Cleveland, that you should have term limits on individuals.
Yes. Not just city council, but all of them. Okay.
Well, we start at the local level.
Yeah,
We'll go up the scale later, but there should be term limits because I'll borrow a statement that my grandmother would once say to me about elected people. He said he or she ain't doing nothing but collecting a check, not doing anything. And you often hear, well, I'm a public servant. Yeah, you're in the public, but you're truly not a servant.
To yourself.
To yourself. You're self-servant.
Exactly.
And which is sad. The other thing, just going back about generalizing city council, if you look, when you vote for somebody and he or she wins the election, you've hired them.
Yes. Yes.
Now, the question you should ask yourself even before you make that job offer to them, meaning your vote, if you had your own company, do you want he or she to represent you in the public, in private? And I've had the opportunity to work with different elected officials across the country. One thing that I will say for the majority of them is they always did things in the sunshine, not in the dark. About, let's say last week, there was an announcement or a press conference out in front of City Hall where it was announced that City Council, in conjunction with the mayor, was going to claw back, that means take money back that was approved from a healthcare entity called Neon.
Mm-hmm.
And they, City Council, along with the mayor's quote-unquote blessing, awarded $2 million to Neon back in November of 22. They never gave them the money. They stood up there last week and said this came from the Council President Blaine Griffin, saying, well, we have concerns over the amount of his compensation, and there's a public health emergency. If you listen, and voters need to listen.
Yes.
First off, when they awarded Neon the $2 million, the CEO, Mr. Austin, was making the same amount of money.
Yes.
His board approved his salary. Okay? That's none of my concern. It shouldn't be the citizens' concern. It's $400,000. The key, the next statement was there's a public health emergency. Well, what's the public health emergency? Is there a pertussis outbreak, measles outbreak?
Right.
Is HIV spiking in the city of Cleveland?
Right.
He just made a general comment
Right.
that meant absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
And with full disclosure, I reached out to the health department. I said, well, do you have any health emergencies?
Right.
They said no.
But not even the smoke up there.
No. See, that's a warning. That's a warning.
Yeah.
I called City Hall. Zero. Nothing.
Yes.
I reached out to the council president.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yeah, right.
If you're going to take the money, if you're going to claw back the funds, just claw them back.